Oh, we back. We back. It's been a couple weeks since my last post. I want to thank everybody that liked and subscribed, that commented, that followed, that messaged me with their own stories and just gave me feedback on how my channel's going so far. I really appreciate it. I had to rewatch my last video a few times to decide what I wanted this one to be about and how much of the story and what part of the story I wanted to tell in this video. I think I talked about Fox. I talked about the people that were staying with me and smoking with me on a regular basis. And I was really struggling with everything that I enjoyed, going back and remembering all of that. And just the party nature of it, the good time that I had. I had a really good time. At first, I had a really good time until things just kind of shifted. Things just kind of changed with the level of smoke that I was doing and then how it was affecting the people that were around me. I mentioned this nigga before, but I feel like I have to, every time I mention him, I have to give this long description so y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the dude that I reconnected with that ended up staying with me. We gonna call him Brandon. We gonna call him Brandon. So I don't have to keep explaining who I'm talking about. So this dude moved in with me, and we had known each other for years, and had been real cool. Most of my friendships at the time, if we were friends, we were having sex too. That's just what I was on at the time. And he was no exception to that. We moved in together because he didn't have anywhere to stay. He was a coke boy. Brandon was a coke boy. But when we started chilling again after all this time, he started doing meth too. He started smoking meth too, real heavy, just like me. It was a vibe. It was a vibe when he first moved in. Like, we would laugh and smoke and invite niggas over, and I would introduce him to other niggas that smoked and just other niggas that we wanted to run together. One night, he brought over this, I guess the description that most would use is trade. I hate that word. But that's what he brought over, and the dude was handsome and masculine, and I didn't know him. They had just met, and they were on I think they went on a date or something, and then he brought him back, and they were just chilling in the living room smoking because he smoked too. And I gave them their privacy. You know, I was talking to Fox. I was real into Fox at the time, even though we weren't together yet. We were just spending a whole lot of time together. So I was closed up in my room listening to love songs. Lemonade had just come out. Anti had just come out. The new Frank Ocean had just come out. This is 2015, 2016. I'm just in my own little vibe in the back, waiting for Fox to get off of work. I came out to get something to drink or to go to the restroom, I think. And dude recognized me. I did not know him, but dude recognized me. I had all of these videos online. I had all this shit going on. Tumblr was a big thing back then. And it wasn't uncommon for niggas to recognize me. So he spoke, and I was kind of just like, whatever. You here with my boy, so I'm gonna get my drink and just give y'all privacy. I go back to my room. I'm chilling. I'm texting. Probably smoking. I can't remember if I was smoking or not. They were definitely smoking in the living room. And I hear a knock on my door. And I open up the door, and it's my homie. It's Brandon. And he's like, yo, dude recognized you from Tumblr or whatever, or from Pornhub, wherever the fuck he saw you, and he wants you to come out here. And I'm like, That's disrespectful to you. Like, no, like I'm like, I told him I'm like, like I'm real into Fox right now. I'm real into Fox right now. So I'm trying to chill. I'm trying to chill on all the extracurriculars. And he was like, all right, bet. And went back to the living room. About 15 minutes later, I opened the door. Yo, like like he can't stop talking about you. Like he really just wants to meet you and just see, he just wants to talk. Like he's cool. We don't have to do nothing. He just wants to talk. And I think I told him, I was like, all right, whatever, I'll be out there in a little bit. And I kind of text Fox and told Fox what was going on. In the midst of texting Fox, he knocked again. 3 times. 3 times this nigga came to my door at the behest of the nigga he just went on the date with. Fox said it was cool, so I went out there and I chilled with them. We're passing the pipe around or whatever. And Fox was at work, but I told him what was going going on. And he worked, I lived like on 1960 near Champions Forest, Willowbrook area. If you're in Houston, you know exactly where that is. And Fox worked at a Papacito's downtown. I get out there into the living room and dude is like shooting and flirting and being disrespectful as fuck because Brandon really fucking liked him and they went on this date and he's just like really into this nigga. 15, 20 minutes later, maybe half an hour later, Fox pops up at the house. Fox doesn't get off until about 10 o'clock. It's probably around 8:30. He just, a lot of knocking tonight. He knocks at the door. And I didn't know who it was because he didn't tell me he was coming. And I opened up the door and it's my beautiful, gorgeous, angel-faced nigga. And he jumped into my arms. I hugged him and I kissed him and I greeted him. And he knew Brandon because I had introduced him. And he sees a nigga on my couch and he doesn't say anything, but he just glares his motherfucking ass off at this nigga, just like hard, light-skinned glare at this nigga. And I introduced them and we all sitting on the couch. At this point, Fox knew that I smoked and he was cool with it. So me, Brandon, and the dude are smoking and Fox is just sitting there just kind of chilling with me. Possessive, hand on the leg, leaning back on me, all kinds of shit. Because I told him what the nature of the situation was and what dude wanted it to be, what it wasn't finna be. And the dude starts like taking shots at Fox, like talking about like negative comments about light-skinned niggas, and he didn't like his shoes. He didn't like light-skinned niggas. Like they were talking about what he did at the restaurant, and he was a waiter, he was a busboy at downtown, and he was just kind of like belittling that. And dog, I'm like, yo, I wanted to be like, Brandon, your nigga has a problem. He is shading my nigga, but he's here with you. And I didn't say this, but it was all over my face. And Fox took it all in stride, didn't get upset because I was his. He was mine. The night concluded. I think Brandon, the dude spent the night. He spent the night out there. He talked to dude for maybe, I think it was that whole summer. He talked to dude, and every chance dude got, he would shoot at me. Every opportunity to be alone with me, he took it. And one day, Brandon and he had like maybe 1 or 2 other niggas that were over that were just friends. And they decided they were gonna go somewhere and he wanted to borrow my car. So I gave him the keys and they went wherever they went. And the dude from before was like, oh, well, I'm just gonna stay, I'm gonna just chill. And he let him stay. He let him stay. Fox was in the bedroom. He was asleep. We had been up all night. I don't know if he was off or if he had to go back to work, but he was knocked out. And I'm back there with him, closed up in my room. And I went out there to get something to drink or something. And I go into the kitchen. Dude is sitting on the couch, and he follows me into the kitchen. And he pulls out like that much dick. And I'm just like, yo, like what? Like, yo, you talk to my homie that lives here. Brandon is possessive as shit as you. Not possessive enough not to take this nigga with him, but possessive as shit. And my nigga is back there in the bed asleep. Why are we standing in the kitchen and your dick is out? What is going on, bro? And I was high and he was high, and I looked at him and he looked at me, and I was just like, just a real quick, it was like, it wasn't even 2 minutes. And then, I'm not innocent in this, dog. I'm not innocent in this. I'm gonna be real with y'all, and I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm not gonna tell some one-sided story. I ate on that thing for about 90 seconds. And then the way the stairs were, it was a second story apartment. The way the stairs were, they were loud, and it was like those real tall stairs that went straight up. It wasn't like a situation. It was straight up. And we heard these niggas running up the stairs. And I was like, spit that bitch right out. And he put it away and went back over to the couch. And I think I went back to my room. And something about the way he was acting when Brandon and the other dudes came through the door, it didn't feel right. Like, B could tell that something had happened. But this isn't fair. Like, this isn't fair to me. Like, why would you leave this nigga here? This nigga had you come and knock on my door 3 times. He met my dude and shaded my dude, took shots at my dude, took jabs at my dude. Why the fuck would you leave him alone in my apartment with me, knowing what his desires were, knowing what his intentions were, knowing what the agenda he had? That wasn't fair. Eventually, they fell out. And, you know, it just turned into some nuclear shit, and they were going back and forth. And everybody being high just did not help the situation at all. Like, you will just say and do anything, the inhibitions are gone, and you were just saying whatever the fuck you want to say. And at some point in the midst of the breakup and all the shit that they had going on, he was like, yo, Jupiter suck my dick. What? That got back to me. And I wasn't with Fox, but I was with him enough not to be eating on some nigga with him in the next room. So when I was questions about it, when it came to my attention that this is what was said, I denied that shit like all hell. And me and Brandon, like, we just fell out after that. Now, mind you, this nigga is living with me. Like, I think he was paying he was buying drugs and paying like a utility. I think he was paying like Xfinity or whatever. And he didn't have anywhere else to go. Nobody would come and let him stay. We had a mutual friend that, like, when I told him he was moving in, he was like, why? Like, that nigga doesn't have anywhere else to go for a reason. I didn't think anything of it when he said that because everything was good. But he didn't have anywhere else to go, so he didn't leave, and I was not truthful about what happened that day. But there would just started to be like a whole lot of hostility. Dude started picking at me. We ended up out in the hallway outside of the apartment fighting. I hit him with a quick 3-piece. He slammed me. Fox came out. Everybody came out of the apartment. I was getting ready to put him out. I did have like this huge knife that I pulled. And this light-skinned nigga that had been trying to fuck me too, that had been lingering for weeks, that was just smoking with us and chilling with us. This nigga pulled out a whole gun and pointed it at me. We were all in the living room. And dude was just like, put the knife down. I was in shock, you know? And Fox took the knife from me. Dude packed up and he left. It got raggedy, dog. It got real raggedy. Years later, the dude that pulled the gun hit me up on Facebook and he was like, yo, I'm so sorry, dog. That was real fucked up. That was a crazy night. We was high and I'm real sorry about what happened. And I'm not tripping about what happened because it was just crazy times. Like everybody was high. And he wasn't my friend. Like I knew him through Brandon. So I didn't really trip too much about it, but in the moment it kind of had fucked me up a little bit. And then after that, I ended up moving out of that place, eventually getting another place with several other places with Fox, and we isolated ourselves within the community, the gay community, the smoking community. We isolated the shit out of ourselves for maybe the next 4 years. And then something happened that changed everything. And I'm gonna tell y'all about that in video 5. I wanna thank y'all so much for tuning in, for pressing me to keep the updates coming, for getting into the story, liking and subscribing. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all follow me, like and subscribe on YouTube, follow me on Instagram and Twitter and Snap too. I don't use Snap as much, but that's where most of my engagement is. It's @JupiterTruth on all platforms. I'll see y'all on video 5.